Woo! Whoop! Ah! Uh. Try to be like a lion? I guess so. Scooby-Dooby-Doo! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Warner Circus with your host, Yakko, yay, and the Wacko, and Dot, which is the cute one, and our guest, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. And today we got a great review for you, we sure do. We got Big Top Pee-wee, starting, guess who? Pee-wee Herman. And well, what do you think, guys? Yeah, well. Okay, guys, so you're probably wondering how we settled on Big Top Pee-wee. Well, you guys have really started really crazy on this voting up the Pee-wee Herman movies. We originally wanted to do Pee-wee's Big Holiday, but the numbers went up. You guys ended up voting for Big Top Pee-wee 2, and ended up in quite a tie. So we ended up flipping a coin for the movie instead. We have heads for Big Top Pee-wee, tails for Pee-wee's Big Holiday. We ended up with Big Top Pee-wee, and that's what we're going to review today. So thank you guys for voting so much. It would not be possible without you. I'm really sorry we didn't get to Pee-wee's Big Holiday, but we're going to get to it too eventually as well. We will definitely review that one as well when we get a chance. But for now, we have reviewed Big Top Pee-wee, and let me tell you, it's quite a movie. Now, we all know Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That was a big hit, right? Well, two more movies came in, which was Big Top Pee-wee and Pee-wee's Big Holiday. Big Top Pee-wee was an older movie that they made, a sequel to the Pee-wee's Big Adventure. As for Pee-wee's Big Holiday, I think it's a Netflix original that's only on Netflix, because Pee-wee got bought by Netflix. They decided to make Pee-wee stuff out of him, and unfortunately it didn't work out, considering, well, they're all gone now. There's no Pee-wee show. No Pee-wee's Playhouse, no Pee-wee's Big Adventure, no nothing on that channel, except for Pee-wee's Big Adventure now. So, unfortunately, that didn't go down very well. Celebrate Paul Reubens' sad passing. We are going to talk about both of these movies together. Now, be clear, we love Pee-wee Herman and his entertainment that he brought to us. So let's just get a moment of silence for Paul Reubens, for he is such a great guy, and we definitely miss him a whole lot. We miss you so much. Yeah, he was a really great guy in comedy, and we really miss him very much. So this is a memory towards him, definitely. But anyway, let's get on with the review. This movie came out like a little bit during the circus year, I guess you could say. So there's a lot of controversial things in here, I could say, because being that it's about the circus, basically. And it's before Biggest Greatest Showman came out, right? Yeah. So, yeah, this movie did not help in that favor. So, we're going to get into that very shortly. But the fame of this movie is basically the fact that it's one of the more second Pee-wee Herman episodes. It's supposed to be a sequel towards the Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Did it pop out to be as good as Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure? Well, we'll see about that. The story. The story is, well, Pee-wee Herman lives on a farm now, apparently. Honestly, I can't keep up to date of how many houses this guy owns. He owns a farm, a playhouse, and another house, which is in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I'm assuming the one in Pee-wee's Big Adventure is his original house. This one's just his farm, and I guess this one is just his playhouse? Like his clubhouse or something? I don't know. It's very crazy. So, we don't really know exactly how Pee-wee Herman works. So, yeah, apparently, Pee-wee has a farm, And he has a lot of different animals, like a pig, which goes everywhere with him. Yeah, I forgot his name. Floyd, maybe? I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But he has a pig with him. And he also has a few other animals with him. And he also has this one woman he's engaged to named Winnie, who he dates, obviously, every day for lunch. And she's obviously a school teacher to these kids, obviously, and we'll get into her very shortly. We got a lot of things to say about her. But anyway, this is mundane life for Pee-wee until one day a big storm. Well, he has also a few townspeople. Well, I'll give you a few names of a few of the townspeople. There's this angry guy who had a weird eyebrow going on. Yeah, he's got a weird eyebrow going on. But anyway, he also looks very angry and a grumpy guy. You know, like a Reba. Yeah, he's like that annoyed, stereotyped. You know, we got these ladies that are in there too. You got some townspeople. And, well, study them. They are very rude to Pee-wee. At first it was useless comedy, but as you get more and more into the story, you'll see it's not like that at all. But, like, in the beginning, you think that, okay, this is gonna be like a run-of-the-mill, like, type of story where, yeah, Pee-wee's like, kind of like this, you know, kind of like fun guy, and everyone else is kind of bored and dull. Yeah. First of all, it was aimed for comedy laughs, you know? But then, well, you'll see later on. But anyway, I don't get into too much detail. Let's just get on to the story. Once a storm happens, suddenly Pee-wee has to go in the shelter, in the bomb shelter in his farm. But then he opens it up to find there's a circus in town. His circus the circus came and they fell right on top of his own farm, with all of them being injured and almost tripped and fell. But they almost get back on their feet later on. They get back on their feet and they start to do a show for him. I just like the story from there, really. There's a lot of other stories that go around this. Like, Pee-wee has to decide between Winnie or this other girl he meets at the circus, who he ends up falling in love with as well. Yes, he has gone that far, people. He has, like, cheated on Winnie. Poor Winnie. I know, but she's taking it rather well. Believe me. But anyway, this is a very mixed up story, but we got this one story where Pee-wee has to go over a love triangle. Yeah. At first, he is dating Winnie, and obviously, I guess they love each other because they're engaged. And yeah, there's a heart on the tree, and they share egg salad together. But there's one thing about Pee-wee we see, which is what? He doesn't really love her that much. He doesn't like egg salad at all. He throws it out the window basically every time. Well, he threw it this way without her noticing. So, yeah. Pee-wee, let's put it this way. Pee-wee, was dating this girl for quite some time now, and he decides, I see this pretty girl, and I'm gonna go date her. You think, like, I don't know, Pee-wee would tell Winnie about this before he goes overboard, but no. Yeah, it's very lackluster, territory. But, yeah, that gets all fixed with the Pee-wee charm. You see, Pee-wee, he didn't realize how much it'll affect people. I gotta say, Pee-wee, he's not a very smart man, you know, like, he got so in love with, like this one acrobatic girl, Gina, that he forgotten to tell her that he was already dating someone else. He forgot to tell her that he was breaking up with her. So, there you go. He kind of messed up. Completely. Yeah. But, you gotta forgive Pee-wee. He just didn't know any better. But, it may seem a little crazy, but in the end, I gotta say, Pee-wee didn't really know any better. So, with that. It was a very lackluster story with that. Let's look at the other side of the story with this hippo liking the pig. Yeah. We got that story going on. We also got a few of the circus characters being shunned by the townspeople. Yes, the townspeople are back, people. Townspeople are not too happy in this universe, unfortunately. They don't like Pee-wee. They don't like the circus guys. They don't like anybody, I don't think. All they do is criticize, make fun of them, don't even serve them, don't even give them the time of day. These people are nuts. Like, really nuts. They commit, at the end, they sue Pee-wee for murder and everything imaginable. And Pee-wee did nothing wrong. Believe us. They are psychotic people. Yeah. They've been snooping around at this house. It's really ridiculous. Yeah, these people, you don't want to mess with them. These people have started a riot. They really went that far. They really went that far. Because the hippo attacked them at one point. Well, because of that. Now, if you think about this hippo, you might think this, because the hippo is like really dangerous. But no, this hippo's really made for comedy. Really, if you knew, you'd know. But like, yeah. So these people try to sue Pee-wee for, and almost get, in jail. But we'll explain more about that later. So there's that story also, and there's also a story about Pee-wee Herman having a hot dog. A plant that grows hot dogs. And so, yeah. He has this little lab by his barn where he makes experiments and stuff with his plants, and it's really cool. So this is one part I actually kind of like. So we get to see this one plant that's made out of hot dog. That grows hot dogs. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I also got to tell you, the one thing that happens is that there's a lot of animals in here because of the circus. And also the fact that the movie starts in a very interesting fashion. Pee-wee starts as like a comedy guy, and then he's very famous. But that turns out to be a dream. Interesting dream, huh? Yeah. Anyway. The footage. Which is okay, I guess. It says more talented than ever. I think there's more to go for it. And I guess the circus thing's not too bad either. That's what the talents that these other people can do and stuff. There are some freaks in the show too. I don't think I mentioned that, but there are. There's a little woman, like a very tiny, like it's the P, I would say. What else? There's like this one short guy in the movie as well. There's a strong guy. There's a tall guy. There's there's one that's half woman, half man. It's kind of creepy, but I kind of like the idea of it, kind of. I don't know. Kind of interesting. There is also a fat lady, a mermaid lady, a bearded lady also. There's a lot of characters in here, I have to say. So, gotta say, which is kind of good, I guess. The characters. The characters are, well, there's so many of them at this point. Did I even mention the acrobatic brothers? Yeah. There are so many characters. We could spend all day talking about them. But, like, we mentioned them all here today right now, haven't we? The one thing I haven't talked about, though, is Winnie herself. Winnie, as a character, she is really good. And, to be fair, after what happened with her and Pee-wee, she actually was very happy she broke up with her. So don't feel too bad for her. She's actually doing very well by dating these 4 guys. These acrobatic guys she met at the circus. And she's actually a part of the circus, actually. So, good for her. She went out with these 4 men instead. And she's engaged to 4 of them. She couldn't decide. Yeah, so, there you go. And get this. These brothers are related to Gina. So, in another way, shape, or form, Pee-wee is still, I don't know, related to her in some way. Jeesh. Anyway, I think we explained all the characters. Oh, there's also the ringmaster guy who is married to a little lady. This, like, size of the pea guy. Yeah, he's like a character. He doesn't like, do much, really. He's just a ringmaster that brings everybody to the circus, and he kind of brings Pee-wee along with him. Pee-wee is also on a side plot where he tries to find a talent that he can do for the circus. He doesn't really go anywhere until towards the end where he finds that he can do tightrope walking. Yeah, like, I don't know. That didn't really go anywhere until towards the end, so it was okay, I guess. The humor. Well, I gotta say, before I move on to overall, this movie has really got, as you can see, very lackluster. And for a lot of story elements, with a lot of characters in here, there's also a lot of comedy going on with many different things going on. So, I gotta say, a lot of alligator stuff, Loop Lake alligator stuff going on around here. Yeah, lots and lots of alligator. Yeah, much as I loved how funny this movie was, there's a lot of times where a lot of crazy things happen we couldn't explain to you. We could not say it enough. We cannot really tell you how many things happened in this movie that went so crazy and off the wall. Yeah. It's just really crazy and almost laughable to us how funny this whole movie was to us. Like, it really got crazy. It's the most crazy movie we have ever seen, really. It really went from a lot of different things. Yeah, especially towards the end. Yeah. We don't know. The comedy is funny, but at the same time, you're asking yourself, what just happened? Like, here's the ending for you. You want to know how we got rid of the townspeople? Well, here you go. Pee-wee pretends to be a good guy. Not good guy. He pretends to be a part of the townspeople and agrees with them that the circus people are wacky and crazy. So what did he do to solve this dilemma? To get out of jail? Well, you see, his hot dog plant ended up growing, something went wrong with the formula, and it turns out that instead of growing hot dogs, it grew smaller ones, like pigs in a blanket ones. Ooh, yummy! Anyway, he ends up serving that to the townspeople, and this happens. All of them turn into kids. I'm not kidding. This is in the movie. Yeah, what the heck? They all turn to children. And what does Pee-wee do with all these children? He brings them to the circus, of course. And they all sit there, watch the circus, and that's it. Yeah. Angry townspeople? No problem, Pee-wee Herman. He can just turn them into kids, and they're all okay. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it happened. We didn't really see Pee-wee, try to do something scientific like this, or we don't really see him try to experiment this. No, it just happens really fast, and you're sitting there looking at yourself like, what just happened? So, yeah, it's a very strange solution to the problem. Yeah, okay, I don't know, it was very weird. Very weird. We see a lot of weird things in Pee-wee, but not like this. This is really, off the wall. Usually when it comes to Pee-wee, you get an explanation of what happens in the story, but not in this one. Nothing is explained at all in this. And somehow Pee-wee is somehow trained to do animals. There's one time where he's cornered by a lion, and somehow he's able to tame it no problem. This is just not, I don't know, does not compute with us. Overall, this movie is very lackluster. We cannot tell how many times we were confused a lot of times. And we loved it overall. We think it's a fun movie to watch. It's definitely one you can laugh at as a guilty pleasure, or one that's so fun to watch that you can't stand it. It's one of those movies that is so funny, you just have to watch it, it's so bad it's good type of thing. I think that's all I could say. It's mostly those kind of movies where it's so bad it's good. I can't say it's bad, but in a way, it's laughably bad. You can just laugh at it all day at how horrible it is. And it's really true. Some of these in the movie are really bad. But good at the same time. We can't really say. It's just Pee-wee Herman for you, I guess. I don't know what we could say about this movie, really. Yeah. We say it's an 8 out of 10 for us. We just don't know what to say about this movie at all. I'm sorry to say, but we just don't know. We just just can't ponder around this movie at all. We just can't. It's just, All I can say is, if you're a big Pee-wee fan and you're curious, watch it. Also, if you love So Bad's Good movies, this is a really good one to check out, I think. It's a really good choice. It's definitely one of those that's definitely, like, one of those crazy movies you just want to get yourself into. I totally get that. For the most part, it's not anything worth seeing, really. Just that it's funny, and it's a good time, I guess, for anyone that's, like, wants to see a good time, I guess. That's all I gotta say about it. It's like a half and half type of thing. Yeah. Anyway, anything you got to say about this movie, Scooby-Doo? Not really. I don't know. I mean, I guess I liked it better than most of the other movies, considering they had all monsters in them. This one was a little different. I mean, like, it was fun laughing at it and stuff, I guess. And I got to eat a lot of food along the way. Yeah, I guess so. Can't say there's too much about it. Well, okay, guys. That was our review of Big Top Pee-wee. If you want to see us do Pee-wee's Big Holiday, please subscribe and like, so you can wait until you see that movie very soon. In the meantime, good night, everybody.